Hello, hello, hello. Autoimmune Prepper here. Welcome back to my channel. Well, in this video, I kind of wanted to just have a little chat and talk and tell you a little bit more about me, a little bit more about my story, just a little, because really the topic in this video is when the student is ready, the teacher will appear. Now, for me, that's very true. And I do have to say, back in 2016, when I was diagnosed with the autoimmune illness, it sat me down. Like, literally, it sat me down. It disrupted any other path that I had or that I thought I was going to be going down that year or in life, period, I suppose. So, sometimes, I guess what I'm trying to say is, sometimes things happen to us unexpectedly. It looks like it could be something bad or a curse, but sometimes it can be maybe a blessing in disguise. Now, don't get me wrong, because I am not saying by any means that being diagnosed with or born with a disability or an autoimmune illness is a blessing. However, I do think sometimes God finds a way to get our attention and to sit us down. And in my case, he definitely got my attention when that happened to me, when I got diagnosed with neuromyelitis optica. Paralyzed me from the waist down for a significant amount of time. And yeah, that definitely got my attention. I called it, at times, I felt like I was on isolation island because I felt isolated. There was not much I could do. I was a dependent. I was totally dependent. I couldn't just run down to my car and run down the street to the liquor store, which, by the way, was one of the paths I was on. I can't say it was a bad path, but I can't say it was an absolute good path either. My drink of choice was wine. So I couldn't just jump in the car, run down the street, and go get my wine in my white styrofoam cup, which is what I kept it in. Anytime you saw me, you saw a white styrofoam cup, and it had my wine in it. So, I don't know. Maybe God said, I'm tired of looking at you with this white styrofoam cup. So I need to do something to get your attention and sit you down, because I see a path that you're going down. I don't want you going down that way. Now, of course, I say, well, we always ask, why me? Well, at least I did. And I would think most people that are hit with something traumatic like that, first question is, well, why me? Why did I have to get diagnosed with an autoimmune illness? Lord, couldn't you have done something else to get my attention? I think I probably would have listened to something else. But apparently, it wasn't his plan. His plan was, I think you're strong enough for this. So, you're a warrior. Here you go. And there I went. And let me tell you, again, that was an excruciating time. Like, a lot of pain. So, to my autoimmune community and my disabled community, trust me when I say I've been there, done that, been through all the pain. I know what you're going through. I know what it feels like. And I don't talk about things that I haven't gone through, that I haven't done. I haven't been around the corner. I've been around plenty of corners, and I've been down plenty of roads. So I speak about what I know about. And being diagnosed with NMO just opens the door for me to be able to speak to those of you who are in wheelchairs, been there, done that, are on walkers, been there, done that, are on canes, go to the grocery store and you have to get in that little cart to drive around the grocery store and do your grocery shopping. You have that long grabber when you need to grab something off of a shelf up high. Been there. A lot of physical therapy. Been there. I want to also do a video one day, just in case those of you, if you don't know, if you are disabled, you can drive. I went to a rehabilitation of driving school and learned how to drive using hand controls. And you can also rent cars from the rental agencies. They'll put those adapters in the car, hand controls, and then certain things on the steering wheel if you have upper body mobility issues. So, been there, done that too. So back to what I was saying, I was sat down for a period of time where I had no choice but to redirect my thoughts, my focus, and my path. And during that time, I started looking at YouTube, because in the beginning, before that, I wasn't a big YouTube watcher. I was more of a Lifetime watcher and other shows that came on. But then my attention got redirected, and I started watching YouTube. I started looking at certain pastors and preachers and got into what they were saying. Now, you don't have to agree with everything everybody is saying or the people that you follow or you watch. I just found that what you do is you take from them what it is that you need and apply it to the parts of your life that you need to apply it to, and then you leave the rest. You don't have to criticize what they're saying. You don't have to demonize them. You don't have to judge them. Again, you take the bits and pieces, if any, and you apply it to your life, and then you leave the rest and you move on. I did just that. I watched them. I built up my strength, my faith, changed my mindset, and I moved on. Some of them I still watch, and some of them, I don't. They served their purpose, and, I'm appreciative to them for that. Just like me with my channel. You take from me, from what I say, from what I show you, apply it if it applies to you, and you leave the rest, and you give me a thumbs up. No, but back to when the student is ready, the teacher will appear. So during that course, as I said, I started looking at YouTube, and then I came across the prepping. And one of the channels that I gravitated to was The Angry Prepper. Of course, many of you, if not all of you, know about his channel. And I just kind of started watching his channels. So to me, in my opinion, he was one of the teachers that appeared because I was ready to be a student of prepping. I was ready to learn because I found that life throws you curveballs. And when they do, what are you going to do with it? You need to catch it and you need to throw it back. So I started to become a student of a lot of the great preppers on here. And I started learning. And then I decided, you know what? I have some things that I can teach. I've, like I said, been around the block a few times. I've been in the position of where many of you are. And if any new people are diagnosed, they can come across my channel and maybe I'll have some inspiring or motivating words of encouragement for them. And they can see that it can get better. It can be tough. It can be dark. Believe you me, I know you cannot see the forest for the trees when when some of these things first happen. And, but I got to the other side, and then there is plenty of light. There are plenty of things that we can do. Listen, what I want to say to you is, just because you have a disability, it does not make you a liability. I heard that phrase somewhere. I ain't make it up. So, you know, just because we have a disability, it doesn't make us a liability, even though people treat us, many of us, as though we are a liability. You know, they no longer want to be bothered. They think you're too needy. And people are just too busy with their own lives, which is, you know, hey, that's fine. Okay. Everybody is different. Me personally, I wouldn't abandon anybody that was a friend of mine because they became disabled. I will be there for them to the best of my ability. But anyway, that's a whole nother type of video that I do plan on making to talk on that topic. But I feel like my teachers appeared because I was already a student, a willing participant. I wanted to learn. I want to know about prepping. And the things that I learned, I can become a teacher and I can teach it to the next group of individuals who want to learn or who come across my channel and find my content interesting. Now, in today's climate, it's just all over the place. You know, there's certain things I probably won't venture into the politics side. There are a lot of channels or preppers that do an excellent job of bringing certain information to us, and that's their lane. That's excellent. I have my lane that I will stay in, and I will continue to try and bring as much positive and real content and information to you. Not sugar-coated, but not scare tactic either. Just, you know, what pops in my mind to talk about and to share. I'm an open book. I don't have anything to hide. I am nowhere near perfect. I am an individual, a person who was a grasshopper. I did a video about the ant and the grasshopper. I was a grasshopper. I was skipping through life, having a good time, just roaming around, not really paying attention to much. But I've always been a good steward of my money. So I've always been a good saver. So to start prepping wasn't hard for me. I've come across good channels that talk about precious metals, because at one point I had become interested in buying silver, but I didn't know where to start. And it just so happened that I was doing taking a CPR class, and the guy that I was doing the CPR with he collected silver. And he kept this big, maybe about this big, and it was full of, he had his silver coins in there. And he showed me. Now I said, wow. I said, you know what? I wanted to start learning how to buy silver, but I didn't know where to start. I said, so this is right on time. See, when a student is ready, the teacher will appear. It's just like, who knew my CPR instructor collected silver? And so that's how I came to learn about buying silver coins, through that experience. So I just wanted to share a little bit with you and let you know, if you've come across channels that are working for you and you're finding good information and you're ready, your teachers are appearing and they will continue to appear. And if you can translate that and turn into a teacher, then by all means do so. But anyway, that's all I wanted to share with you in this video. Thank you for watching. I didn't do my housekeeping, I don't think, at the beginning of this video, so I'm going to do it now. Please make sure to give the video a thumbs up. Share the video. Subscribe if you're not a subscriber. Make sure you hit the notification bell. That is very important, because if you don't, when I put out new videos, you won't get notified that I've done so. In any case, as always, make sure to wake up and start your day with an attitude of gratitude. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please feel free to leave your comments, share your story down in the comments section. But always remember to keep it cute, because we're nice and polite and respectful over here. Okay, I'll see you in the next video. Bye.